Because your kiss, I can't resist. Because your kiss is on my list. We need long hair.
Yeah, I love that.
Hey, are we
the
good?
wind's blowing.
Yeah, ready to go?
Oh, we're on?
Oh, is it
okay.
filming right now while we're singing Hall & Oates?
Absolutely.
That sucks balls,
That's
bro.
good for me because I have the voice of an angel.
I don't. You actually sound good when you sing.
Because
but-
the voice of an angel. Not that. Hey, Josh Wolf.
Hi, Freddie Prinze.
Brins and the Wolf.
If you're watching on the channel, or if you're, well, this comes out first. So if you're listening, you should tune into the channel because we did the worst rendition of Hall & Oates ever done.
Or we're the best.
Or the, yeah, that's true.
I mean, really, depends on who's listening.
Yeah, if you're looking to shit all over your boys, it's the best.
Yeah. I will say, I read a tweet today about the podcast that really made me happy. Somebody said,
What?
I don't like basketball. I'm not interested in basketball. And they basically talked about basketball for 45 minutes in a row, and I still loved the podcast.
Because you and I, it's not about, like, we're not going to talk about statistically, I think Grant
No.
Hill was better than,
No.
like, that's dumb. We got more into, like, the real life and the choices that motivate the decisions that young men and at times their fathers make for themselves in a sport. And I think everyone can relate to the human side of things. And that's kind of our vibe, man.
Yeah, and you know what else? Like, I think most people, most people are driven by opinion and feeling and emotion anyways. So when you have
To a fault. I wish
agree
it
to a
wasn't
fault.
like that.
I agree to a
I
fault.
wish y'all wanted wisdom and experience and knowledge, but you don't.
No, you just want that thing that makes your dick tingle.
That's why them YouTube channels do so well, man. Like,
Oh.
them motherfuckers are guessing, and you're like, yeah, I don't know shit either. Teach me some stuff that's not right instead of going to the people to do it. But whatever.
All you gotta do
That's
is
me
say
bitching.
something with confidence and look straight into the camera,
Oh, yeah.
and people are gonna believe that shit.
They're like, ooh, he knows.
He's right,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, she's dead on.
Oh.
No, man.
They're just saying it.
They're just trying to make dough. They don't know dick.
That is listen. The key to convincing people of anything is just to say something with confidence, over and over again.
And point a lot.
Because then you're like, well,
Like
shit.
Rafael Palmeiro.
Yeah.
I did not take steroids.
In my asshole, but he took it everywhere else. And I'm not putting you on the list. We're doing a Mount Rushmore of greatest mustaches. He's not going on that
Nah,
list.
he ain't going. You
That-
don't
that
get to
was a-
wag the finger and then make the list.
Well,
Unless you didn't do it. But
Yo.
unfortunately, 28 days later, he popped positive for steroids.
And that mustache is PED. I don't know if he grew that. I don't know if he grew that naturally. You know what I mean?
The Rafi Palmeiro mustache
PED.
was scientifically enhanced, disqualified.
Disqualified.
You guys, so our Mount Rushmore is the greatest mustaches in the game. Not
Ever.
a mustache, a mustache. Because if it's that good, it's not a mustache. Josh and I can grow a mustache.
I can't.
But we can't. You have one right now. Just shave the rest. But we can't grow a mustache. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we can't get a sweet
No, curl it with a little of the wax.
and be like, yeah.
Oh, with a
I would always
monocle?
say that. I'd have a different voice if I could do that. I'd be like, hello, Josh.
If you could grow a mustache like that,
Yeah.
you
That's
tell
pretty
me,
horrible.
tell me what, and I'll tell you. Say you grow a mustache like that.
Yeah.
Immediately, what's the outfit you're buying?
I mean, this is gonna put my fashion sense on blast, but I promise you it's a vest.
Me too. I'm going vest. If you have a mustache like that and you're not wearing a vest,
Yo, it's a vest, and I'm not even lying. I know we can't like carry firearms in the state of California, but I'm gonna have some sweet leather holsters. I'll put my cell phone in one.
What's going
put
on?
my wallet in the
What's
other
going
one.
under the vest?
It'll be a shirt. It'll be like a white shirt, like they had back, like in Westworld, right?
Oh, yeah.
Shirt and a vest on top of that. Probably some spurs as I get more confident with my mustache. Cowboy boots for sure, even though you know I hate that. And I'd even go to a Zac Brown concert with you.
Okay, here's when I like that, by the way. I go vest, monocle.
Dude, that's money.
Gotta have a monocle if you're gonna.
Monocle.
A strong part in your hair. With
Oh, yeah.
Serious wax.
Yeah, I love that.
Strong part, wax down, right? Now, here's what I'm going. He's gonna have a pocket watch
The
in his
monocle's
vest.
So money, and then you went, dude. You're way beating me on this.
Okay.
My guy walks out into the dusty street and sees your guy and looks at himself and he's like, "I fucked up, man.
Yeah.
I got the best." But that's
And my dude is wearing tight, like Brendan Schaub tight pants. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like tight.
Kanye.
Yeah,
I love when
he's-
Brendan
yeah.
wears the Kanye pants, dude. I'm like, dude, How do they make your size?
They don't.
He goes to the big and tall shop for kids.
They don't make your size. Do you know what I'm doing as a sketch on Control Chaos? I'm gonna reveal this.
You're Brendan Schaub's tailor?
I hired one.
You want me to make him how tight?
I hired a stylist.
Love you, big bro.
I hired a stylist, and I sent her to his page, and I said, "Go pull some clothes that you think Brendan would wear, and I'm gonna try them on for the sketch for Control Chaos."
Dude.
So she's bringing a rack
You're
of
gonna
clothes.
look like you're fucking 6 years old.
She's gonna.
wearing your dad's outfit.
It's so good.
That he wears to work.
She texted me.
Because you want to be just
"Dude."
like your dad when you were. By the way, you have your mom's smile. You posted that photo on
Oh, yeah.
Instagram. I've never seen your parents before. You had the exact same smile as your mother.
It was
I
so-
mean, it was as you have a very kind but evil, like I'm getting away with something smile. But you're
Yeah.
very. Everyone who listens to the podcast knows how big your heart is, and the exact same smile and twinkle is in your mother's eye. I could have sworn, having never seen him, I know we're already getting off base.
Yeah.
But I would have sworn you were your father's son. Looks, everything like, nah, man.
No.
Like it's like they said in Braveheart, you have the look of your mother.
Yeah, it's definitely true. And I will tell you, I spent the week in Reno,
Yeah.
and man, and I know this is gonna sound crazy. I was blown away by Reno.
Reno's a good place, man. You know, that's where my mom and dad met. She was a waitress in the comedy club.
Is that
Cocktail
right?
waitress. And he saw her. Smooches.
You know, that's how Cable Guy.
Larry?
Wait, who met their? Oh, David Ortiz met his wife in a comedy club. She was a waitress.
Shit, yeah, man.
Blown away by Reno. Blown away.
Good
First of
times.
all,
A lot of love in Reno.
yeah, and it's not like there's signs for wild horses near my parents' house.
That's cool.
It's awesome.
Wait, your parents live there now?
They just moved there.
You didn't even tell me that.
They
I
just
thought
moved
we were
there.
boys. They left Boston?
They left. They moved up to Maine. They came here because they want to be closer to us.
That's awesome.
Yo, I was blown away. I thought it was just gonna be brown and desert. There was so much green.
That or Reno 911 style.
Yeah, dude. Well, we
That's
did
how
go
we
downtown.
define it.
We did go
That's how we
downtown,
define it.
and we went to Chicken Wing Festival.
I want to go to a chicken wing festival.
Whatever you picture the clientele to be at the
Yeah,
Chicken
it's
Wing
that.
Festival, it's exactly.
But I would dress appropriately. I would wear like overalls, maybe no shirt underneath, maybe no drawers underneath.
You need some titty sweat.
You gotta. I'm telling you, man. And I would I would only eat the hot wings. None of that sweet bullshit. Because you want the sweat and the sunburn at the same time.
There was
You gotta fit in.
so much back and under titty sweat. And when I say under titty sweat, guy, I'm not talking about the women.
No, you're talking
Because
about the moves.
The dudes. Because
Where you can see it
it
dripping
was
down.
dripping down. You know what? It looked
You're like, dog, put some sunblock under there. It
Yo.
blocks the pores.
their under titty sweat on their shirt. The stain of the sweat looked like, you know when a girl cries and her mascara runs.
Oh, dude, that's so good.
But the wings, dude. So I had there was a place that served like a Hawaiian style wing. It was so good.
Yeah.
But they also served the traditional buffalo wing with a mango sauce. So it had the hot and the sweet.
Mhm.
So they put a mango sauce on it. Oh, it was so. The pineapple habanero was.
Made you fall in love with Hawaiian people, right?
Oh, it was so
That's right,
good.
dude.
But
They don't fuck around with their sweet.
exactly what you thought the people would look like. The one guy had.
That's what I want them to look like.
Dude, one
I would
guy-
be disappointed if I went there and there was like a guy in a suit.
No
like
suit.
tasting just one bite of 6 different wings because he didn't want to get full.
No
like,
suits.
fuck that guy. I want a guy who's so full he's gonna puke, and he's like, yeah, I am gonna puke, and then I'm gonna hit that aisle over there.
A lot of dudes wearing sleeveless shirts with their wraparound Oakleys
And
on
they
the
cut
back
the
of their
sleeve
head.
off.
Cut the
They
sleeves.
didn't buy
off.
it like that. They cut it.
Cargo shorts, flip flops.
It's my NASCAR crowd.
One dude had a T-shirt that said "I was stupid," but the arrow pointed down to his dick.
Yeah.
It was perfect, and those are my people. And people were
They
toasting
know
with
how
chicken
to,
wings.
They know how to eat chicken, bro.
Oh,
I'll
it was
tell you that
so
right now.
good. It was amazing.
Like, you don't want to go to a Chinese restaurant and not see any Chinese people eating.
No.
I'm not going to a chicken wing festival and seeing people with long sleeves. Like,
And six
fuck
packs.
And 6 packs? Get the F out of here. I just said F even though I said fuck like 20 times
Dude,
already.
it's totally okay because these people would have eaten the F.
They would have slapped me if I
Oh,
said that.
you gotta say fuck.
They would have beat me up.
Yeah, listen, they were. Here's what I loved about it too. everybody was just excited to be out.
Yeah, man.
People didn't have their phones out.
Bro, it's no different than like a Comic-Con. It's no different. Like, those
Great.
are your people. It's
Great.
a bunch of people who love the same thing.
Great.
It's either Harry Potter, and you all want to have like pretend duels and go Expelliarmus, and then your friend
Yeah.
goes, oh, you made me drop my wand. Or you go, dude, did you try the teriyaki glaze yet? Nah, dog, I'm on this bottle of shit. Like, it's all the same thing. It's a bunch of like-minded dorks
Yep.
who find something that they go, oh, we're not dorks, we're badass. And it's empowering, man. I'm all for that
So
stuff.
good.
It's no different than a Renaissance fair, just better food.
But that's why I loved that Star Wars thing that you took me to.
Which one?
In April, last April in Orlando. You know,
Yeah,
we
yeah, oh
met-
yeah.
Because,
Well, you got the good of it. There's the bad of it too, man.
but
There's
it
no
was-
bad
but
chicken
it was
festival
like
where people
my-
are shitting on
No.
chicken wing lovers who like teriyaki.
We like the boneless. We like the boneless.
Like, fuck you, you don't know shit. Only
Yeah.
women eat that. Why are you pushing a woman's agenda? Fuck you, I hope you die. Like, that's what Star Wars
Yeah.
has become. Unfortunately, it is what it is.
Guys, just so you know, if somebody tries to serve you a boneless chicken wing, tell them to eat dicks. First of all, that's not a wing, because a wing has a bone in it. You know what I mean? Second of all, anytime
That's a chicken tender.
yeah, and you don't exactly know what meat that is. The bone at least tells me that was part of a chicken that I can identify. You know what I mean?
Look, if you need the drumette,
Yeah.
sometimes they throw the drumette in there, right?
Yeah,
That's like
I'm
the
okay with
baby.
the drumette. I like
as
the
long
drumette.
as there's a bone involved, so you know it's a part of a carcass.
That I know that like they didn't just say, well, put that together, let's grab that and grab that.
A chicken McNugget. basically.
Yeah.
Those are scarier.
They're not. If you don't know,
I go just legit wings like you.
Yeah.
It's got to have either the multi-bone, right? The double bone with the meat in the middle. It's hard to get out. Nobody wants those. The drumettes or the extra wing piece on the
what's
side.
your style of eating? I put it. I do cartoon style. I put it in my mouth.
Yeah.
And I pull it out with everything in my mouth,
Same.
just about. Yeah.
Like corn on the cob. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Some people
but
just chew on the.
I don't do the nibble.
Nope.
If you do right on, I one time it. Like sushi, one bite. Boom.
Now, do you go back and get every little bit off
Yep.
the bone?
I am a vacuum cleaner.
Yeah. I was told as a kid these bones should look like they just came out of a cave.
Yeah, they should look white,
Yeah. Yeah.
totally ossified,
yeah,
no
yeah.
liquid in them whatsoever. Just porous, and so you can see the marrow on the inside.
Now hit me with a beat.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
I like that. It's a little quicker for me, right? We back in the studio. Here we go, just like a yo-yo. We go up, we go down, we run around. We come back to the beginning. We go right. Oh, we like this sound. Oh, I had it. I
I'll
had
let
it.
you restart.
I gave
You-
up.
It was too fast for you.
Yeah.
I had confidence.
You know what? I started to get dizzy.
You gotta take a breath in. You gotta have oxygen.
Started to get dizzy. I need some
You
O2.
can't. You're not Busta Rhymes, man. That guy can take one breath and cut like 40 bars, and fast.
All right. You ready?
You're gonna try it again? Don't try to be like Busta Rhymes. You can't do the. It's the Prinze and the wolf and it. You can't even.
No.
Okay. Stay in your lane.
Okay.
I'm going slower.
Okay. Oh, here we are, right in my lane. You guys about to hear some of the same. Yeah, talking boxing, UFC, talking wrestling, talking me. I went to Reno this weekend with my folks. I ate a lot of breakfast, ate a lot of yolks, ate some waffles for the first time in forever. Tasted good. I went home and listened to the devil.
That's all right. You did. There's drugs with the devil.
Yeah.
Just trying to save it. By the way, that's my wife's ringtone, the Bionic Woman.
Is it?
Yeah. Whenever you're going.
I gotta tell you, so
Yours howls. Watch. Text me. Do you have your phone?
yeah.
Text me.
In all honesty, guys, like right now, if I'm seem a little off, my stomach is super. It's like burn.
You're hurting?
Burn.
What you used to be, or not used to be, but the same thing you were going through? The gut?
Yeah, but it's not that. Like it woke me up this morning.
Oof.
It woke me up, and so I've been.
That's the wolf.
But it's been rough all morning. I've had a little bit of the sweats. I don't feel sick.
What'd you
I
eat
just
last night?
feel like.
Now, last night was a different kind of night for you. You did the late show at the Improv after a high life, right?
Oh,
Did
dude.
you not eat right?
I don't remember.
See?
But that's Excuse me. That set last night.
Go
dude.
make it, bro.
Did you see that one? That was like a.
Your eyes like went bloodshot and white. I wish there was a close up.
Oh boy.
Like CGI.
But I did that set high out of my mind, and the difference was, I've never done that before. I've got on stage sober and gotten high,
Yeah.
but I've never walked on stage high.
Didn't you do this on the road? And we did an episode where you were like, I've never done this before.
I got high on stage.
Oh, okay.
Where I was, the difference is I at least got comfortable. I made them comfortable. They liked me. 30 minutes in, I was blasted.
Right.
I walked on stage because I came straight from the high life.
Yeah.
Yo, I found a joke that I've been trying to get. Do you want to know what the premise is?
Yeah.
Okay. The premise is the reason it's great to have old kids is because they tell you about things that are happening in the world that you don't know.
For sure.
They keep you up to date on what's in and trends and all that stuff. And so Jacob let me know, and I didn't know this, but apparently everybody's doing it. And you and I were of the age group where we might have missed it. But apparently, just like, I don't know if you know this, but like, everybody's just eating ass now. Did you know that? Like, that's what happens.
No.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, and they're excited about it.
All right.
It's like the most, they're really like
They're
gung-ho.
hyped up.
Dude, and I was trying to tell him, like, why are you so, why, I mean, we did it too, but we weren't as excited as you guys, you know what I mean? And I told him, he was like, yeah, because his
You're like, we thought we had to.
Yeah, why are you all pretending like it's the bit, like you just opened a bag of Skittles or something, you know what I mean? And last night the joke I found that when I was high, and I would have never thought of stoned, which was, sober was, because they were all excited, like, you know, you guys are like, I'm eating ass tonight. Like, you open a bag of Skittles, like, you know, taste the rainbow. I gotta tell you, man, that rainbow's got one color. And my point, you know what I mean? Like, my point is, I guess it's fine, but let's not forget what it is. Why are you so excited?
Like, they don't make a brown Skittle
Yeah,
for a reason,
yeah.
bro.
Slow your roll on how excited
Dude.
you are. So I did about 8 minutes on it last night.
Dude, that's good, man.
Well,
You're such a storyteller, though. That's why I like you. I like storyteller rappers,
Yeah.
storyteller comics.
Well, I'm a storyteller rapper,
Storyteller, yeah.
You know the story.
I don't know what word that was. Yeah, I don't know what that means.
That was the beginning of you being supportive, and then you were just like, I can't.
I had to quit on it. But I'd already committed to sound, so sound had to come out, but my brain was like...
You started with a yeah, and you were like, I'm like, yeah.
I don't know how to spell that.
But yeah, it was interesting. But I will tell you also, I think...
LA is awesome. You guys got to come out here, man. You can go to comedy clubs and see A-plus comics instead of like your homies who are like, please come support me in your
Yeah.
local town. Like, go to New York, go to LA. I mean, I know a lot of guys tour, but you can't be everywhere at once. It's like WWE, right?
Yeah.
Like, you gotta, next time you come to LA, everybody's like, oh, where's the hot restaurant where I can, like, fuck all that.
Go to
Go to
comedy
a
club.
fucking comedy club, man. You get to see people that you see on TV shows that are in your house every
$10
week.
last night.
Cracking for $10.
Last night was me, Mary Lynn, Rice Cub, everybody.
Shit, man.
A guy named
love
Preacher
Mary Lynn.
Lawson, who just crushed on America's Got Talent, super funny. And a dude
It's a
named
great
Byron
name.
Bowers, who is legit funny. But everybody just fucking around on a Monday night at the Laugh Factory, or you could go to
Get
the...
spoiled out here with
Dude,
that shit.
Tuesday night lineups at the Comedy Store, because everybody's in town, check those lineups.
That's why sports teams out here like struggle if they're not
Yes.
the best. Because there's so much great shit to forget the beach, forget Disneyland, there is so much entertaining, great shit you can do where you don't have to deal with 3 hours of traffic both ways. If you ain't a Super Bowl contender, we don't give a shit about your football team. Like, if you're not the Dodgers doing what they're doing, we don't give a shit about your baseball team. Like,
Yep.
and we have loyal fans. It's just there's so much to do. We got 2 basketball teams. Now we got 2 football teams.
I
We have
know, man.
1 baseball team, even though the Angels
You
are the
got
Angels.
2. I mean, to have...
They don't even have their name right. You understand when they say the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, like they're literally like
They're
they're
claiming
saying the
2
same
places.
thing. English, no, but it's just English and Spanish. The Los Angeles Angels.
The Angels.
Like, I'm
Angels
always
Angels?
like, it's the Angels of Anaheim. Like, that doesn't, and their owner's Spanish. I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
motherfucker, you didn't like ask your abuela if that worked.
I am 100% and was 100% calling them Los Angeles.
The Los Angeles Angels?
I think it's terrible.
The Angels.
I loved the California Angels.
Yeah, what was wrong with that? Nothing. They just wanted to feel like they were in a major market, I guess.
They are California.
I guess.
That's a pretty major market.
It just always sounded goofy to me. What were we going to get into?
You,
I have to talk some UFC.
Yes.
Some big shit happened.
Yes, UFC, good stuff. UFC and WWE kind of crossed over a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, they did.
I would love to talk that first because I have some opinions on the UFC.
Yeah.
And
I like to know what mainstream fans like you.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to watch every pay-per-view, but you can enjoy and appreciate it, and that's what drives the business, not the hardcore fans.
Yeah.
It's how many mainstreamers they can say, oh, I want to buy this pay-per-view. So, yeah, let's start. Go.
Well, I'm 100% buying the Brock Lesnar fight. He is a compelling, and I think he's a cheater, and I don't think there's any way that he's clean. I don't think you get that age and you look like that.
There's evidence to suggest you're 100% correct.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I just don't know.
It's a failed test that he still has to serve a 6-month suspension for.
He still does. Mm-hmm. So honestly, guys, I think he'll fight, make the money, and I think we'll find out that he'll test positive.
I think you're probably right.
And I think Cormier knows that going in.
And he's already had to deal with it with John Jones.
Exactly. But he's a compelling, way more compelling than Cormier.
And he's a monster, and he's a legit bad guy.
Right. And so when he pushes him in the ring,
that was the fakest push I've ever seen.
100%.
I even tweeted, I was like, yo, WWE just fired you because your push was so
Dude,
whack.
I saw that. But he is interesting.
Absolutely.
As nice and as friendly and as good of a guy as Cormier seems to be, he's not compelling. He does, in his style of fighting.
Now, see, this
is not compelling.
Is an important opinion that people need to pay attention to, because guys like me, we love Cormier, okay? And I'm always like,
why?
Dude, his backstory. And we used a term last week called confirmation bias, right?
Yeah.
So anything positive about Cormier is going to support my argument here, okay? But you're the one that's right, okay? So just hear me out on this. I'll still argue with you, even though I'm wrong. So guys like me go, dude, he's crazy compelling. He has a great personality. He gets over. He's a world-class wrestler whose other attributes have all stepped up to way above average. This was a guy who almost died, who the doctor said, yo, you're never going to wrestle again. You might die. And not only did he wrestle again, he made the United States team, then went into MMA, joined the Strikeforce Grand Prix Challenge, and was doing WWE moves on huge heavyweights like Josh Barnett, full tilt-a-whirl slams, like crazy shit that you've never seen in MMA before. And so I'm sitting there when the UFC signed him going like, the fuck? And you know Cormier is clean. He's a dad, so I relate to him in that regard too, and he makes like dad jokes, which aren't funny to young people.
He did some dad dance on the way back to the locker room.
And we're in the he did, oh my God, did he? That's how I did. He's a star in a generation that celebrates the heel. We root more for the bad guy because it's cool, because we like the life they live, than we do the good guy. It's permeated wrestling for almost a full generation now, and it's now permeating UFC. There's a certain type of person who loves John Jones because he fucking parties hard, fucking does what he wants, takes what he wants, fucking does coke, wins fights, and kicks ass, man. And we go, and there's a part of our personality that responds to that. And then there's another type of person who rejects that and is like, yo, that's fucking irresponsible. It's a waste of his talent. He's cheating with the steroid thing. He's been involved in a hit and run. Like accountability is not his bag, baby, as Austin Powers would say. And so we root for a guy like Daniel Cormier, even when what you just said is true. His style of fighting isn't the most exciting. It certainly isn't pretty or attractive to the naked eye or to the educated eye, really, unless you like a grinder, right? Which isn't really what I like. I've complained about that style before. But when I see him, I can't help but root for him. When I interviewed him, it was on ESPN radio. It was the toughest interview I ever had to do because I had to say, you're not a fan, you're not a fan, you're not a fan. But at the end of the day, I didn't give the greatest interview because I'm a fan. That's that confirmation bias, right? I want to uplift his story and put him over at all costs, right? Because I really respect him. But you're the one who's right. And the argument was, well, I would rather see John Jones and Cormier again, then Brock Lesnar, no, you wouldn't. The hardcore would, because they either want to see Daniel lose, because he talks so much shit about John. By the way, everything ever said about John,
True. Yep.
Or you want to see him win and finally get over on this guy that hasn't just beat him, but just has his number. Like, Cormier has given him maybe 2 good rounds in 2 fights. And other than that, has just been dominated. It's probably more like 1. Again, I'm doing confirmation. I'll give him 2 because he didn't look that bad in the other one. But so those are the 2 kinds of people, but that's hardcore fans. The mainstream, they go, and I'm not joking, who's John Jones? Because he doesn't even fight anymore. Because he's suspended. They don't know who this guy is. But Brock Lesnar, they know, and he's a mountain and a monster. And they tried to do the WWE, let's start a fight thing. And they're going to do this bad guy, good guy thing, the way Floyd Mayweather did in the first 24/7 on HBO, where he played the villain. That's what they're going to do for this. And they're going to make a fortune. And that's why it should happen. Now, I don't know how they make it work. I think they shot their wad too soon because he still has to serve his steroid suspension. So there could be another fight before then, which would be very, very weird.
Well, here's my thing. When the fight happens, I will be rooting for Cormier. So I'm not rooting for Brock Lesnar.
No.
But he's a real life monster.
Yeah. And you want to see larger than life in a
yeah.
In wrestling, it's one thing. If you can suspend your disbelief, you're like, cool. But if you go, man, that's fake. I want to see if that big dude is as bad. And now look, I will say this. It's no secret. Everyone on planet Earth knows Brock Lesnar does not like getting hit in the face. And every time he's been hit, watch every fight he's been in, he backs up. Every single, where guys like Chuck Liddell and these other you hit them and they move forward to get in closer, to take that distance away, and they're going to take that pain to hurt you. Brock's reaction is always to get away from you, and he puts his hands out and open to push away. He doesn't want anything to do with that contact to his face.
Because he's a wrestler forever, huh?
Maybe. I don't know, but that is an instinct, and that is never going to change. Never. And if you lean forward, you don't lean back all of a sudden. If you lean back, you don't. That is instinct.
But isn't he also... didn't he start out as a wrestler, like a real wrestler? So won't there
undefeated?
Right. So won't their strengths?
I'm pretty sure 2-time national champion.
Won't their strengths? They have the same strengths.
Well, in wrestling, their technique would be even, but Brock is going to have so much weight on him and so much strength that's going to neutralize a lot of that. I honestly think Cormier's whole strategy is going to be to stand up, to get that jab in, and then once he can close the distance, elbows. Because Brock will tap 2 strikes.
No.
I believe he will. I believe he will, and I believe that's what Daniel's going to try to do.
So for
Daniel wants legacy, and he can't get it off John, but he could get it off Brock. And if he made Brock Lesnar tap from strikes, that would be insane.
I can't see, and I don't know anything. This is the untrained eye.
Yeah.
I don't see how Cormier has a chance.
You're probably right. What I'm saying is his only chance is to get his jab going in Brock's face, and then Brock's going to shoot, because it's no doubt that once he gets hit, he will back up. And his instinct will be then to shoot and say, well, I'm just going to take this guy down and manhandle him, because he can. Undoubtedly.
Once he gets on top of you and starts dropping those hands,
then the fight's over. You're not going to get a triangle off on him. He's too wide. His shoulders are just too broad and too thick. And Daniel's legs are too short and stubby to get around that.
Yeah.
And jiu-jitsu's not his game. It's not his game. But dirty boxing is. Clinch work is. And if he can get an elbow off in a clinch after hurting him with a jab, Daniel can win that fight. And I will on the day of the fight be picking Cormier to beat Brock Lesnar. I'm telling you that right now.
You know what we should do on the fight night?
What?
We should do a live stream.
No, because you can't legally. There's legal issues with that.
No, just us. We're talking about the fight.
Yeah, as long as they can't hear it or see it. Yeah, because otherwise we get in big trouble.
We would get in trouble, huh?
Yeah.
That's probably against the law.
100%. There's people that do it that get away with it.
But they're probably a little lower profile than Freddie Prinze.
Maybe not. I don't know. But I know that if we did it,
we probably should.
And we couldn't advertise that.
Yeah, but maybe we should. But for me.
But I want to see him fight.
Me too.
I didn't want to see Brock Lesnar versus Miocic. All respect to Miocic, but that's not a story that I can jump on as much as a dude who's gonna be dead.
Why do you think he gets so much, not hate, but the
'Cause he's a
UFC
dork.
fan.
He's not cool. He's a nerd. You're gonna die. If you die, I'm gonna kick your ass. I will resuscitate you and beat your ass.
I'm getting through today.
And don't eat crazy food at the Improv when you're super high.
No, that wasn't it. I think I came home and I ate like 8 waffles.
And your balls of meat.
Oh
You
boy,
defrost
the
Little
balls
3 a.m. snacky
of
food.
meat. Did I tell you what happened, Freddie?
That you didn't even let Beth try them because they were so awful?
No.
Yeah.
So I have this.
I just needed to remind them.
You're gonna hate this story when we tell you
I love
this.
it.
So in our bathroom we had a little moisture.
Yeah.
So I got a HEPA filter.
Oh, no. I retweeted your Instagram story. I was going to ask you to start the podcast with this
Okay.
story. So please tell
Okay,
everybody.
so
I love it.
it's one of my favorite.
Everybody thought I was going to hate it. I think it's amazing.
Okay.
I wasn't in this.
So the HEPA filter, guys, it tells you when you have clean air, and it takes the dirty stuff out of your hair. And we had some moisture, and I'm just trying to suck any kind of moisture and bad maybe mold molecules in the air. So we have it running in the bathroom. So I walk in the morning and I look, and the HEPA filter it's on auto, and it's running on the lowest fan possible, and the blue light is on.
Which means the air quality is
Great.
and it doesn't have to work to clean the air, so don't worry about changing your filter.
Yes.
We want blue.
Well, there's blue, there's yellow, there's orange, there's red. It goes in the worst. Red is. So I sit down to take my morning deuce and finish it up. Pretty excited, proud of myself. And
How many minutes does
Am
it
I in
take?
there?
Yeah.
well, I did a little Instagram on there,
Okay.
so a little Twitter.
What, 15?
In between 10 and 15.
Okay. Just, this helps.
Between 10. I get up, finish it up, drop them down the toilet, flush them down. I walk past the air filter. It is now blowing on the highest fan setting, and the light was red, which means whatever happened in there turned the air quality really bad.
Do you understand?
And red means get out, means don't be in the room.
Understand something. Your diet is such that when you shit,
Yeah.
it's bad for you.
Yes. Yeah.
No. That's you're saying yes, like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
No. When you shit,
Yeah.
you're literally doing damage to your lungs.
Well, the way I look at that, Freddie, is
Wait a minute.
Oh, yeah.
You're trying to put a positive. All right, let me hear your positive
the
spin.
positive spin is that your body gets rid of the worst stuff.
Yes. However, maybe if you weren't putting the worst stuff in there,
Uh-huh.
when you were getting rid of the worst stuff, the air quality would be such that you wouldn't be taking years off your life
Well, I find that
by
the-
shitting.
I find that
No
the-
one should die by shit. Didn't Elvis die from on the
What,
pot?
he might have been pushing a little too hard.
But maybe you guys said the same food.
Elvis pushed, his heart stopped. Like he pushed so hard his heart stopped.
Well, he didn't have Instagram to take his time. There was no social media.
Yo, I wish Elvis had Instagram. But
You see all these videos of like peanut butter fried banana
just so
sandwiches.
good.
Let me show you how to make this.
I love
baby.
fried
You
banana.
drop it in the oil.
I love fried bananas. Priscilla, give me some more of those fried bananas.
Getting humiliated on Twitter
Oh my God.
for having a fat stomach. hanging over the
Elvis
suit. They
on.
would try to crucify him. He'd be like he'd give as much. No, he would be the opposite of Trump with his tweets, because he would catch just as much criticism from haters, but he would come at him from the other side of it.
He would also just.
He'd be like, "That's just a big belly of love you wish you had, mama.
Yeah.
I'll rub it all over your face. Put this man boob sweat all over you. You can bottle it and sell it on eBay, mama."
You know.
Sorry, I don't know.
You know he would tweet out things like at 3 in the morning. Nutella sure is delicious.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And then he shit you through at him like, "Dude, you're 450 pounds, you fat slob." You're like, "That's right, baby.
Yeah.
I'm swimming with the whales, mama."
Yeah.
He would not give up.
No, Elvis wouldn't give a shit.
Had sex with a whale's blowhole this morning. You can't ever say you'll do
Named
that.
him the Colonel.
And they liked it. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. And Elvis, what I would love to see Elvis too, he would have gone on like Celebrity Fit, one of those
Celebrity anything.
Celebrity Big Brother, not Big Brother, but
The fat one.
Biggest Loser.
Yeah.
Oh, and he would be on the treadmill with that fucking towel, and he'd be like, he'd toweling himself off, it's a little too hot in here, and be like, we haven't even started yet. Yeah, I'm gonna.
As soon as they leave, he pulls out a sundae.
Yeah,
This is some
sandwich.
old- This looks delicious, baby.
Yeah. That is so. You know what? I might have
There's
to
certain
start.
people I wish existed today just to see their Instagram game, their Twitter game, like just to see how cold they would be with it. Like Jimi Hendrix would be cold on Twitter.
I might have to start an Elvis Twitter.
My Fat Elvis Twitter.
Fat Elvis.
Because Fat Elvis don't give a fuck.
Peanut butter sugar is delicious.
Skinny Elvis had feelings.
Skinny Elvis, so.
Fat Elvis was already rich and was like, they're showing up no matter what I look like, baby.
My favorite thing about Fat Elvis and where he was in his career was that he would forget words on stage and not care and just tell you, I don't remember how this goes.
Frank Sinatra, same way.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a certain level, right? And that's the level you want to be at, the no shits level. But still be a happy person. We have famous people that are at the no shits level that you can tell are very unhappy, right?
Yes.
By the way they are on social media. But guys like that, you know, he'd just be like, yeah, I just did a concert in Hawaii. I thought I'd stay for 3 years. Yeah. And he would, you know what I mean? And everybody would be like, hey, you have kids, you got all this. And he'd be like, oh, I'll let him come visit, don't even worry. I just bought a coffee and marijuana farm. Whatever.
Can you make me a jumpsuit made out of Lay's?
Yes, you can, do it right.
I mean the potato chips, not the things that you wear.
He would give no F's.
Oh, he should make a...
Who would be your all's favorite no F's Twitter game if you could bring them back?
Jesus.
This would be positive. It would be very positive. It wouldn't be a no fucks. He cares.
No.
He loves everybody.
Yeah, but I feel like
Gandhi loved everybody.
You ever seen those people? Yeah, but he would do the
It'd be
sarcastic.
awesome. It would be awesome if Jesus did like Monday motivation.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Throwback Thursday. He's like, oh, this was a shitty day. I'm on the cross.
This
Remember
is
that?
Me and my mom in the mange.
Feel Good Friday. He'd be like, oh, resurrection. Fucking A. I'm back, baby.
Dude, I think of Jesus Twitter because, you know, I think he would troll people by just doing...
Oh, yeah.
He would use hashtag blessed a lot. Jesus would use that hashtag blessed like a mother. Hashtag
If
blessed.
I had the power of Jesus and I had Twitter, I would legit, like people that talk, I'd make them lose all their hair overnight. And then the next morning, tweet them. Hey, man, can I borrow some hair gel?
Hilarious,
That's it.
dude.
And they'd be like, son of a... And they try to sue me. I'd be like, you gonna sue Jesus?
Oh, my God.
I would do cold stuff like that. I'll be an evil Jesus. They call me Jesus.
I would do things like...
You would be the same way you are now.
Oh, yeah.
You would pull
I'll be
evil
playing
pranks.
100%.
You would use all, instead of like turning water to wine, you'd like make it taste like piss.
It would be... And I would use "You Mad Bro" a lot. If I was Jesus.
I quit.
You
podcast.
mad, bro? I would use
You,
it.
you mad,
You mad, bro? I would use that. Jesus. I think, but Elvis Twitter is strong.
Yo, you
Elvis
mad,
Twitter is
bro.
Elvis Twitter is strong.
But Elvis wouldn't tweet "You mad, bro." But I could see Jesus legit.
Oh, yeah. You
tweet,
mad, bro?
You mad, bro?
Yeah. Hashtag blessed. I mean, hashtag feel up. I mean, there'd be so many.
Hashtag hallelujah.
Yeah.
Spelled O-O. Hallelujah.
Or what if like somebody just, you know, there are those parades where they show, you know, people carry
You'd be
Jesus,
hating on your
Jesus
favorite team.
on the cross,
Yeah.
and you know whatever those parades are.
The Italian San Gennaro festivals.
Yeah,
all
and he
that.
could just hashtag too soon.
Too soon.
I love that. Too soon.
He could have a team he hates that he just curses, lets him get all the way to the Super Bowl.
Super funny.
Tom Brady throws 8 picks. He's like, yeah, I don't know how that happened. Blessed.
Or
Blessed life.
Or
Go
I just,
Giants.
I just want to thank the interviews. I just want to thank God, and he could retweet the. I didn't hear from him. Did you do that? Did you, Dad?
We'll see. We'll see how you do next year.
Yeah.
You didn't thank Jesus? You thank my dad? You think he gives a shit about the NFL?
Yeah.
No. It's
My
the
dad's
Old
more of a
Testament.
soccer guy.
I'm the New Testament guy. I'm the forgiver.
He's
I'm
more-
the benevolent one.
He's more of a football guy.
Yeah, he only watches soccer.
Tell me about the other fights in the UFC.
Okay, there wasn't much to talk about, to be honest. There was a heavyweight fight that made me sad because it was
How
that.
come?
Well, it was that Francis Ngannou kid, the kid who was the destroyer, the uppercut that killed Alistair
Yes.
Overeem's like career basically and stretched his neck.
Mm-hmm.
He lost to the then heavyweight champion Stipe Miocic in a 5-round fight.
I'm just gonna move that so it's not blowing directly on my face.
Oh, dude, is that messing you up?
No, it's just making me super dry.
So he fought, he lost that fight, but he is a specimen among specimens. So he fought this dude named Derek Lewis, who's a tough guy, but not a technician. But his Instagram game is second to none. Like, he's the funniest dude on Instagram, but even funnier than you. He's just super random and so irreverent. Like, I love him. So they're gonna fight. This is a heavyweight, big time knockout fight. This goes 3 rounds. My man threw 9 punches the whole fight, or connected through like 20 the whole
crazy.
fight. He apologized and said, and during the fight they're speculating about this. They're saying, is he afraid? Did that one loss, because he's never had to deal with adversity, did that mess with his head? And the one fighter, Dominic Cruz, is like, well, maybe he's saving his energy for the 3rd round. And then legit goes, man, I hope he is. Because the fight was horrible.
Really?
So this kid, you can see, he just can't get off. I mean, that right hand, he just refuses.
How come?
Because he's afraid of getting hit. He's afraid of committing, because he's gonna get, I mean, I can't get in his head. I can't tell you exactly why. All I can tell you is he had the fear. He was shook. I never seen a guy that big and that strong look that scared. His opponent blows out his back in the 1st round. Okay, and usually Rogan is dead on it. Like, and I feel like maybe they've said to him, hey, don't speculate on injuries when you see him, because Paul Felder broke his hand, and you could tell, and they didn't talk about that either. It was just like a quick mention. So I think that's like a new rule from the owners of the UFC, like, don't speculate on injuries. But he blew out his back in the 1st round.
How?
He's a big heavyweight dude and has disc issues in his low back. And he's,
You know what I mean? Like, how could you see that it was happening?
he says my back to his trainer. So right when he says that, I'm like, oh, Rogan's going to be on that, because he's always been on it his whole career, and he's great at it. And he understands, like, what these guys are going through on just a different level. I don't know how. Maybe he's just a stoner and can empathize and reach into their mind, but he's great at it, okay? And I'm critical of him sometimes when he says this guy has world-class hands. I'm like, well, he has to sell that to sell the paper. But when it comes to, like, the fighter psychology, like, that dude is top fucking shelf.
Yeah.
So when he's not saying it, I feel like there's some kind of, like, rule going on. So this guy can't attack because his back's not allowing him to explode forward. He throws like 4 kicks in 3 rounds and a few punches. It is enough. Now he wins the fight because the other dude didn't throw shit, Francis Ngannou. But it was a sad, depressing fight because you watched one guy and you went, your career went from being skyrocketed to championship, experiencing a loss, and I have no idea what he's going to do for the rest of his career. I legit, it looked so bad that you're like, yo, I don't see you breaking out of this. It didn't look like a one-fight thing.
Why could he throw that uppercut? And
that was before the loss.
Oh, the loss shook him.
The loss is what just did something to him psychologically. And he said this. He goes, I apologize to the fans. I still had fear from the last fight, which I've never heard a fighter admit to. It was amazing, and respect to him for doing that and being that straightforward. But it was like watching, by the 3rd round, you were either angry or you were just worried. And both responses were correct.
Really?
Angry because you spent money to watch people fight and they're not fighting because they mentally can't and physically can't, which is crazy. I've never seen that happen in a fight in the history of me watching fights.
Yeah.
One guy physically can't perform, the other guy mentally and emotionally can't perform. So you're either pissed off, which if you were right on, or you just felt bad. Like, I'm a father, so I was looking at it like a dad looks at a
What was happening
kid.
during the ring?
Nothing. The referee had to stop him at one point and go, his name's Herb Dean. He goes, guys, what are you doing? You got to fight. Don't make me step in here and make something happen. You have to fight. But one guy can't move, and the other guy can't get past this shadow in front of him.
See that the other guy was hurt?
Yeah. You couldn't not see it. But there was some kind of, like, stage fright. You know, guys who have told you they want to be a comic. And you've been like, dude, you're actually a funny guy. And you've probably seen them get up on stage and the lights go on and boom. It's just, they can't do it.
You know, that's the kind of thing.
And that's not a direct connection, but that's the only thing I can equate it to.
But that's the kind of thing that once it gets in your head, it's like Charles Barkley's golf swing.
That's why I'm saying I don't think he'll ever.
Once it gets in your head,
it looked like that. It looked like something where this is who I am now, and I cannot change factual events, and it has now reformed and reshaped me. That's what it looked like.
Yeah, that's
I know that's like deep diving, but I was literally at a certain 3rd round. I was looking at him like he was my own kid, and I was like, "Yo, just throw in the towel." You're not going to throw a punch. Better you don't get hurt. Your corner needs to know that you're not equipped for this fight because you haven't fought in what is now 14 minutes. There's a minute left. Throw in the towel, bring your guy in and say, kid, we're done. I don't want you to get hurt. No reason for you to embarrass yourself anymore. This is over. Like, you're losing anyway. Come on, let's stop. Because he didn't want to be in the octagon.
What was his corner saying?
Got to throw your punches, start with the jab. You know, but there was never any like, hey, this is not Stipe. This is Derek Lewis. You can beat, like, there was no...
So you're saying I got a chance against that guy?
Well, that night anyone did because he just wasn't going to punch. He just wasn't going to throw a punch. It was weird, Josh. It wasn't, like, it was bad, but it was weirder than it was bad, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It was more uncomfortable than angry.
Well, did you think this guy, after the knockout, were you like, oh, this dude's going to be amazing?
Not as much as they hyped him, but he had potential. I was like, dude, that guy's a beast if he learns a ground game. You know what I mean? Because he's more like all hands, like boxing. That's his style. But I don't know, man. Like, I never, you know, like when an athlete gets too old, and it's not that you don't want to watch him perform anymore. You don't want to see him at less than what they can be.
Yeah.
Because it saddens you.
Yeah.
That's how I felt, and he's too young for me to feel like that. As a fighter, young.
That's the whole reason why, and I think people should retire when they want to retire.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not up to me to tell you when you can't do your job anymore.
You're right.
But if I had my druthers, people would retire right at the end of their prime. Because
I feel you.
I like seeing Jerry Rice beat Jerry Rice. I didn't like those last couple years where
It was weird.
It was weird, where he wasn't the number one guy, and he was being single covered.
And it was working.
Yeah, like all that stuff. Like Des Bryant right now.
He can't get a job, right? He still hasn't signed?
Yeah, but you're talking about a dude who just, if you watched him last year, was getting single covered and couldn't get separation.
That's that saying, like, fall off a cliff or something. Like, that's weird when that happens with an athlete. But that's a physical thing with him. This kid...
He's mental.
It has to be. Josh, if you saw a picture of him, he's chiseled from stone by a god. Not a man who goes, man, this is what a buff human should look like. A god who knows what a buff person should look like. Sculpted this kid, and he's in his prime. But it broke my heart.
That's a bummer.
It broke my heart.
Oh,
what, Luke?
Can I mention something?
Of course. This is our podcast.
My friend has a small business, and she has a small business in Maine, and it's like a lip balm, skin lotion, chapstick situation. Great stuff. She's a small business owner. She's got like 2 employees. Just finally got her own little office, and somebody.
I have to turn this towards me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna melt.
Do it. Somebody broke in, and not only broke in, but like threw shit through windows, broke their computers, just did asshole stuff, but did an enormous amount of damage to a small business that it's hard for them to recover.
That's fine.
So I just want to throw this out to you guys. If you're looking for any great skin lotion, there's cool foot balm, there's body balm, lip balm, which is all kind of flavors. It's all natural and organic stuff. Her name's Gabrielle. Her name of her company is Mad Gabs. If you want to Google that, I think the website is probably Mad Gabs, MADGABS.
Should have looked it up before you did.
Probably I could, but you know.
Just Google Mad
Gabs.
You'll find
Guys, do me and her and the small business a favor. I would hate to see her go out of business because somebody went into her office that she sunk all of her money into and fucked it up. You know what I mean? And didn't even steal anything, dude. That was the thing. She was like, it would be one thing if they came in and stole everything. They just broke everything.
Dick moves.
Huge dick moves. So I just want to throw that out there. As she's a high school friend and has been trying to get this business going, and it was just starting to gain traction after years and years of her sinking all of her money into it. It was just starting to gain traction. And for this to happen and set back all of her production and all that shit is a fucking shame. So if you guys could do us all a favor, do her a favor. Mad Gabs, everybody needs chapstick. No order too small, everybody. Just get in there. That's all I'm saying.
That's nice.
Yeah, man. And let's get right into
the Rush.
The Mount Rushmore.
All right, dude.
Why don't you tell everybody what our Mount Rushmore is?
The Mount Rushmore is the greatest mustaches so great that they're not mustaches, they are mustaches.
Yes.
The 4 greatest mustaches in the world,
History.
in all of time,
Should we?
since the caveman.
Are we going all the way back? Are we going that far back?
I
Should
mean,
we?
if you have a photo of like, ooh, the fucking caveman.
Oog the caveman.
Oh, gee. Then if it's a bomb mustache, it's on there. I
Okay.
just need to see evidence.
Number 1. Should we do 1, 2, 3? Our best of all time.
Yeah, we should. Of all time or just on the list? Because it's not on mine, but I think one of ours is going to be the same if it's in the world of music.
Okay. In the world of music.
But it's not my favorite.
Okay. Okay. So then we won't.
Okay.
We'll do
All
our
right,
Mount
that's better.
Rushmore.
Okay, regular Mount Rushmore.
So for me, John Oates.
Was that going to be the one you were... No, I wouldn't have said that.
Come on.
Okay, that's good, though.
John Oates.
We were singing Daryl Hall.
Yeah, I know. And here's the thing with him. He's a guy that if he didn't have a mustache,
It wouldn't have been the Oates.
I think
It
they'd
would
have
have
found,
been Daryl Hall.
it would have been Hall.
and Jones.
Yeah, they would
Hall
have.
and Jones.
They would have found somebody else. But he knew he needed to have something to make him stand out, and he still rocks that fucking mustache.
Because anybody can go, uh-oh.
Yeah, that's a lot of coattails to be riding. You better be able to.
Man. They still, like, perform, and they still kill it.
Yeah, my man can still sing,
Yeah.
and that mustache is still tremendous. I say
That's a strong one, man.
that's what I'm starting.
All right. My first...
Wait, it is Oates, right? Not Hall.
Yeah, Daryl Hall
Is
was
the
like
singer.
the big hair.
Great hair.
He had that great like blonde hair, and then John Oates. He
Yeah.
was the other one. I know my
Mustache.
Hall and Oates.
Mustache.
All right, my top one is super simple, super easy, way 80s. Magnum PI.
Hard to argue Magnum.
The
PI.
Tom Selleck Magnum PI
Yeah.
mustache, to the point where when he shaved it and was on Friends, I was like, I can't watch it.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
It looked foreign. It looked weird. He hasn't had a mustache in years. Like maybe he has it back on Blue Bloods because he realizes the
Yeah.
power of the mustache. But his mustache is top shelf. That's my first one. That'll
Well-
be my George Washington stash.
My George Washington, because I feel this is the OG. The Tom Selleck got his mustache
Oh, where?
from Burt Reynolds, dude.
That was gonna be on mine.
I mean, how
Ah.
you can't have Selleck and Reynolds because it's the same mustache.
It's not. Selleck's is a
Same
little
mustache,
thinner.
same chest hair,
The chest hair was
same
one.
spotchy
Reynolds
kind of,
had better chest hair and a better tan.
and he had a better pose naked on a bear
On a
rug.
bear rug, bro. That was beast mode. Okay, well that's easy. My next, I'll put Burt Reynolds in as mine.
Okay.
Because it was a little bit thinner.
Yep.
And he while he was driving that Firebird, like it didn't even move, just whoosh, whoosh. Like everything was perfect on it. But I'll put that one on mine, and I won't go into a story on it because we got the same one. That's my
Burt
number
Reynolds is
two.
number 2?
Yeah.
Okay. And so my number 3, I have to ask a couple questions.
Yeah.
Is it straight mustache, nothing else on the face, right?
No goatee. Can't pick a goatee, or you'll pick some stupid Boston Red Sox.
But can it come all the way
It can
down?
come down handlebar mustache. A handlebar mustache. It can be the biker mustache, as long as mustache is attached to it. No Fu Manchu, because that has this on the bottom.
What was the name of that dude who pitched
We're talking about Goose? Goose Gossage?
Yeah. So I was gonna go with either Goose, or there was a guy named Gorman Thomas, and they both had the same mustache.
That's a old school. That's like, what's that guy, Lefty Rollins?
Yeah,
Raleigh Fingers.
Raleigh Fingers. That's
yeah.
the one we should go.
Yeah. We'll put him as the GOAT
Yeah,
stash,
but
because he
I-
could actually do the villain twist.
I like the Goose Gossage because it comes down.
It even covers the lip and teeth.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
So there's no trimming going on in that situation.
No, that's nice.
Covers lip and teeth, comes down the side, so it's got like a entryway here.
Uh-huh.
And then, but nothing here, because that's the place where his tobacco spit drooled down. so he
Nasty.
So he didn't want to have a beard there. So Goose Gossage.
All right. My number 3 is a thin, pencil thin mustache, but it's beast mode. I mean, I'm going back for this.
Okay.
I think you already know where I'm going. Old school movies. He had to have won Academy Awards, probably just because of the thin glory of this stash. That's not Errol Flynn. His stash was weak.
Mm-hmm.
It's Clark fucking Gable.
Okay.
The Rhett Butler stash, unique, thin, yet still powerful.
Strong.
Rhett Butler. frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
By the way,
That was the stash that said that, not him.
I know.
A lot of people don't know that.
that
but that's
wasn't
a
his
fact from the
voice. That was
Hollywood movie.
that's the mustache's voice. There's a little known fact that he actually was mute. That's why he grew the mustache.
I wasn't gonna say that because that's kind of Hollywood.
Yeah, it's kind of hush hush.
John, you'll edit that out.
But yeah, but listen, for me,
This is your 4.
yeah,
It's the final
John Waters. John Waters, is that his name?
mustache. The John Waters stash?
Yeah, that little thin.
That's a thin one
yeah,
too.
I'll go John Waters.
I didn't even think of him.
His is like,
It's like Billy D's in Empire Strikes Back.
yeah, but there's a little creepy to his.
Because he is a little off,
Yeah,
and what
yeah.
he finds beautiful, most people go, "Oh, dear God!" And
but his
he probably
mustache.
thinks church is like, "Oh God!"
Yeah.
But to each their
Yeah.
own, man. That stash has its own power.
Pretty strong. So I go with that.
I like that. That's pretty damn good. All right, my 4th is weird. Okay, but I'm weird, and I like cartoons, so it's from a cartoon.
Okay.
Okay. So in the 90s, there was a short-lived cartoon on Cartoon Network called The Tick. And he was
They made that into a real.
They tried to. It didn't quite hit,
Yeah.
and they tried to again. I don't know if it stayed on this time. I think Patrick Warburton was the first
yeah,
one.
my buddy David Burke was on that show.
Patrick Warburton.
Yeah.
The Tick. You just have to breathe out a lot, and everyone can do a
Patrick
Patrick Warburton.
Warburton.
Yeah, as long as you breathe out.
Dude, I
it's
can't
like-
wait for you to see my impersonations.
Okay, great. So your impersonation.
I did 5 last night.
Ooh. Were they all droopy? Anyway, so he did an episode called Mustache Man. And the premise of this show was every real hero has a great mustache. So he dreams and wishes for a mustache. And in one night, the next day, he grows one. But here's the problem.
Yeah.
This mustache is so powerful, it starts to grow quicker than a normal mustache. And it begins to take over and become a super villain that the Tick then has to do battle with his own damn facial hair. And I remember watching this as a
Does
kid,
he fight his face?
basically, and they had a theme song that I still remember to this day, and this is over a decade ago, maybe almost 20 years ago, and it literally went, "Mustache Man, who's that mustache man?" And he's walking down the street, and they make the sidewalk move faster under his legs, so it looks like he's really covering distance, and his stash is like blowing in the
Oh
breeze.
my
Mustache
God.
Man, who's that mustache man? And that's my 4th mustache.
That is hilarious.
Sorry.
I love that. Now, I have, and by the way, guys, thank you very much for sticking with me through this. I'm struggling up the last 3 minutes. I'm just a little under today.
Brother,
I am a little under today, but like I said, I don't know what the problem is.
we need to get you a soda.
I'm gonna get some, maybe a soda or half of a joint. I might have to go to my car.
Okay.
I have that in my car. Did you know that?
Just a half joint hanging in there?
Well,
What'd you do with the first half?
Huh?
What'd you do? Oh, never mind.
So last night, by the way, last night, dude. And by the way, guys, send us in your mustache.
Send us in your top 4 mustaches.
Yeah, let's hear 'em.
We've already asked them for one thing.
But you know
I
what
don't
else
know
we
what
should
it
do
was.
also? We should do a Mount Rushmore of theme songs. Have we done that?
If we have, it's been long enough that I've forgotten, and they'll be all new.
I had 2 Uber rides last
The
night.
facts of life are all up. Sorry.
No, Hawaii 5 was on there.
Yeah, I know that one.
Last night I had
Magnet, yeah.
two Uber rides. So good, MASH.
Sorry, Uber. Go ahead.
MASH,
Oh,
Family Ties, Cheers.
What was the Growing Pains one? What will we do, babe? That was probably one of the worst. movies ever. All right, Uber.
Sha-la-la-la. Both Uber guys, Asian.
Oh, by the way, the Shamo and Moonwalk DDT.
So good! So good.
Josh,
My favorite wrestling move of all time.
I feel like I didn't deserve to work at WWE because I never thought of that.
So good.
Anyway, sorry.
So
It's
good.
on Instagram.
And when that person, if they're not, if he doesn't knock 2 people out at the same time and they're on the ground and do the leg shake and kick them both in the face.
He should have done the kick to get the guy to
I'm
bend
saying.
over. If he would have done the Shamo
Yeah,
and
kick.
done the Michael Jackson kick to the gut, which makes him bend over and then wraps the head.
So good.
Then you're in the WWE.
And you
but
know
he
what-
forgot that.
And he's got to have the one glove. And the glove's got to have some power.
Well, it could be the mandible claw, like
So
like
good.
Mankind.
How could it not?
Shamo!
And then,
Boom!
and then Michael Jackson, to defend himself, he just throws little boys at people.
Tell your Uber
too soon.
story. Tell
But
your Uber
both Asian guys, and I should have known better when I got in the car. Both had gloves on, fingerless, nighttime. When I got in that car, dude, they were like, "You good?" Neither one of them spoke English that well. They said a couple of lines that I'm sure they said to everybody, and then we were fucking off
Fast and the
to
Furious,
the races,
part
dude.
12.
Oh my god! So from where I live, we got to go over down and then
You
back
see
up
driving
Lower
gloves?
Canyon.
It's on.
It's on, dude. On. And he said, because I had my headset on, "You mind if I listen to my music?" And it was both of them, some EDM, dun 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 dun
That
dun
makes you
dun
drive
dun.
fast.
See, yo, we were going down
You
Laurel
just spit
Canyon.
all over your face.
We were going down Laurel Canyon with those curves.
Yeah. Oh, because you're going to the Laugh Factory?
I was so high. I was so high. I was so scared.
He's
and
drifting,
I was-
Tokyo
dude,
Drift style.
I was doing things like that I didn't, because here's the thing.
Grabbing the oh shit handle the whole time.
But-
White knuckles.
I'm scared that if I say something to him, one, like in a chef, they'll spit in your food. You know what I mean? Like he'll fuck you, he'll brake check you, and then I was so scared that he was.
Brake check
I was so
you.
scared, dude, that he was gonna give me a bad Uber rating if I asked him
You're
to
like,
slow
let it
down.
ride, baby.
We let it ride. This dude, legit. At one point, when we veered into the other lane, he said out loud, "Did not see that coming," and I was like,
That's
"Yeah, man,
money.
me
Dude,
neither."
That's a guy who, while he drives, he's seeing himself in the movies.
Yeah.
In the fast, and he's legit like racing Vin Diesel in his mind, and he's like, I see guys like that on the Sepulveda Pass all the time, where I'm like, oh, he's in the next Fast and the Furious. I'm gonna just get over in the right lane, and these cats will come by, and you'll see like a secondary RPM thing,
Yeah.
like up on the driver's side window. You're like, oh, this motherfucker has nitrous for no reason. Like, I ain't even racing him, and he's gonna pop it.
Do you ever? Am I the only person? I know I'm not. Do you ever race people on the freeway that don't know they're racing you?
In my 20s.
Yeah.
But I haven't done it. I see kids do it, what I did.
Yeah.
Back where I'm like, oh, you think you can pass me? Boom, drop that shit into fourth from fifth gear, and blah! And they're like, who the fuck is this car? But I was like 26. I'm 42. I drive an automatic now. Doesn't matter. What do you want the people to watch?
Control Chaos.
Control Chaos tonight. 7 p.m. Pacific.
Eric Griffin from Workaholics, and I'm Dying Up Here, and he's got a special on Showtime. Owen Smith, who's a producer on Whitney and the Larry Gilmore Show, very funny comic. Andy Letterman from
David Letterman's Bloodline.
I hope so. From Girl Talk and MTV and a bunch of other shit, and super funny. Toured with Attell for years. Those three are on the show. It's gonna be really funny. And at the West Palm Beef, I can't even talk today.
Dude, you're dying.
West Palm Beach Improv next week. Next week, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be there 17th and 19th, so come check it out. And what do you want to tell everybody?
This Friday, final episode, season 1, Geg Wars. We'll be dropping that. That is our 5th installment. If you haven't watched it, you can catch up on all of them on YouTube. Just type in GEGGHEAD. That's Egghead with a G. And you can catch up on all the other ones. It's 8 hours so far of free entertainment. You don't have to pay anything, and you can watch a bunch of scrubs legit learn how to play this role-playing game. And by the 5th episode, you see some pros. So that's this Friday. And then right after that, on a weekly basis, we'll be dropping new games that we're playing with new casts and things like that. So get ready for those as well.
Also, we haven't said this recently. It helps us tremendously if you go to iTunes
Oh, yeah.
and you rate and subscribe. If you're listening to this and you haven't rated and subscribed, leave us a comment. That helps us out a lot, guys.
Yeah, please do. If you can give us 5-star reviews, if you have the extra 60 seconds it takes to do it, cool. If not, one of the times you listen to us, you will have the time, and give us a 5-star.
That's very nice of you to say. Yeah. Guys,
Michelin 5 stars. We're a fine dining establishment.
I might go as the Michelin.
Feeding up tasty jokes.
That's a very nice feeding up tasty jokes I like.
You do the tasty jokes, and I serve the sweet desserts. I say all the sweet shit.
Guys, next week I will be back to normal.
You're still money, dude. Don't even trip. You just feel like shit.
I do.
Haha. Friends in the wolf. Sucker. Dude. What can we do to get you?